Yeah, everything's back on. What you mean? The Wi-Fi's not working? It should work. It should be on now. Everything's working again. I'm streaming right now. I'm live. All right, let's get fuck me, man. How the fuck do you have a like that's the second time in a row I had a power outage.
No, it's not on.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I said it's not
Mm. Um Shelly, you're gonna make me kill you. You know that? You know that? It is your fault. Because if it wasn't for little Miss Shayla messing with stuff. Uh, Whoa, why the fuck is my shit at 78 degrees? Whoa. Bro, my fucking GPU is hot as fuck right now, fam. Bro, I'm surprised that shit's not blowing up, bro. What the fuck? There we go. Thing is scorching right now, bro. My GPU's fucking about to blow up on me, Shayla. Fuck. Cause the power outage, bro. Every time I have a power outage, it resets all my settings. So my fan speed, fucking don't they go AWire, bro. My shit was hot, bro. This shit was almost 100 degrees. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Shayla, try to get that thing to work, man. It's working. Okay, I told you. I told you. All right. All right, y'all. Let's try to get this. Man, better stop this nonsense. Now Facebook is giving me a hard time. Oh, I hate the fucking internet sometimes. I would die without the internet. What the hell? Oh, fuck. Uh, oh, internet's slow today. Let's connect to Ethernet. Fuck that. All right, let's test that internet. Woo! That shit just be booming when you turn on that motherfucking Ethernet, though, boy. Damn, that shit running laps on my ass. Yeah, yeah, hey, 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 hey. No more power outages. No more power outages. Try and get this Facebook connected, man. You give me a hard time, man. You know what I'm saying? You're the one I'm the closest to. Do it all to be close to you. Hey, 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 hey. Bro, I'm hungry as fuck.
On March 23, 1991, civil war broke out in the West African country of Sierra Leone. It was a conflict instigated largely over control of the country's diamonds, which Sierra Leone possessed in greater quantities than almost any other nation on Earth, and over the course of more than a decade, it would leave more than 50,000 people dead. As the conflict raged, military forces fought over the country's diamond-rich areas, while at the same time, smugglers and representatives from private companies in Europe, North America, and elsewhere flooded the region, hoping to use war as a cover to grab a piece of the pie for themselves. Yet, as the ground was opened up in a search for precious stones, diamonds were not all that were found. Deep beneath the earth, mysterious objects were found. Objects long buried which would challenge our understanding of African history and the history of humanity itself. Early in 1991, representatives from a foreign mining company were hunting for diamonds in Sierra Leone when they came across a most unusual and unexpected find. Digging deep beneath the earth, they began to uncover a number of mysterious stone statues carved from soapstone, clay, and granite, which appeared to depict humanoid figures. On the surface, this was not the most groundbreaking of discoveries. Similar stone figures had been noted as early as the 1400s by Portuguese explorers as they sailed down the western coast of Africa. The locals call them namali, and by the 1850s, an American missionary named George Thompson had provided the first official description of these statues in the West. During his time traveling through Sierra Leone, Thompson wrote in his journal, "This evening I found a nest of old, broken, graven images. There were 5 of them lying at the foot of a small tree, where a town once stood, which was destroyed by war. They are made of stone, intended as an imitation of something, perhaps of human beings." From that point forward, the Namali statues became the subject of intense curiosity and debate in scholarly circles around the world. Oddly, though, despite more than a century and a half of intensive study, scholars and scientists have never been able to determine where the Namali statues came from, who created them, or what their purpose was. When questioned, local tribes who have lived in the area for centuries insisted that they had not made the statues, rather that they had been left there by the previous inhabitants of the area sometime in the distant past. Who these ancient ancestors were and what happened to them, scientists were unsure. Some dated the statues to 500 BCE, while others believe that they might have been created thousands of years before that.
Let's get this fucking Facebook,
and yet,
man.
as mysterious as the Namali statues already were, the mystery reached a whole different level when new figures were discovered by diamond hunters in 1991. Traditionally, Namali statues depicted human figures with outsized characteristics, but those found in 1991 were something different. They appeared to depict some sort of hybrid humanoids, a cross between humans and reptiles, figures with a human body but a lizard head or vice versa. Adding to the mystery was the fact that these figures had been discovered exceptionally deep in the earth, within a geological layer corresponding with a time period between 12,000 and 17,000 BCE. Could these reptilian Namali figures really be that old? And if so, who was around that far in the past to make them? And why did they do it? While scientists were baffled, local tribes had an answer. According to local oral tradition, sometime in the distant past, angels living in the heavens had been exiled to earth as punishment for bad behavior. The tradition states that these angels wandered unhindered in places where no man has been before. They could not be seen face to face, for their eyes were as bright as the sun. These creatures were forbidden to enter the divine empire and were exiled to earth. The reptilian Namali statues were, according to locals, representations of these fallen angels, a reminder of their banishment from the divine empire and exile to earth. Interestingly, a similar story of angels coming to earth exists in numerous cultures across the globe, from the ancient Egyptians and Sumerians to the Mayans and Aztecs, to the cultures of India and Japan, to even the Christian and Hebrew Bibles. When looking specifically at the Namali and their purportedly reptilian form, those who have visited this channel before might immediately think of the ancient Sumerian story of the Anunnaki, who many believe were a race of reptilian extraterrestrials who came to Earth sometime deep in the past. If you want to know more about these Anunnaki and their connection to Africa, make sure to watch our comprehensive video on the Anunnaki's gold mining mission on Earth. Could the Namali statues really be the representations of ancient reptilian visitors sometime deep in the ancient past? One thing is for sure. As the statues began to undergo study, things only got stranger. Among those who discovered these new reptilian Namali statues in 1991 was an Italian man named Angelo Pittoni. When he ventured to conduct an examination on one of these statues, he noticed a strange sound emanating from within it. Curious, Pittoni conducted an X-ray, which seemed to show a small ball lodged inside.
Oh man, I don't know what to
He
do about
cut
this
the
Facebook
statue
Live,
open,
man.
and much to his amazement, out fell a small, perfectly spherical metal ball, which, when it was subjected to tests, was found to be made of chromium and steel. How could this be possible? The earliest known production of steel was around 2000 BCE, yet the statue had been recovered in a geological layer, indicating it was created between 12,000 and 17,000 BCE. Also, chromium was not isolated by humans until 1797. Moreover, the ball's perfect spherical shape indicated that whoever made it must have had access to sophisticated shaping technology.
Bro, what the fuck am I watching, bro? What the fuck is this bullshit? Ooh.
I bought another dodgy PC off of eBay.
But first, what's this? A David Does Tech Stuff Minecraft server powered by our friends at Linode? Which we all know is the best Linux-based cloud computing and web hosting service. And aside from...
That's not a great sign. Nice, there's clearly stuff in this system, so that's good. Okay, now on first impressions, it looks a little bit scruffy. Although the side panel has been left unpeeled, so the previous owner was clearly a weirdo. Or Randy re-peeled it, but is that a thing you can do? I don't know. Now because it's an NZXT pre-built, it comes in this lovely NZXT H510 Flow case. We've got a ventilated panel on the front, which makes it a rarefied breed compared to the standard pre-built autoerotic asphyxiation cases. There's some front I/O. A tempered glass side panel that we're even gonna get to peel, very exciting. As you can see inside, there's also some of the foamy stuff which makes for safe shipping, so that's good to see inside. And then on the back, we've got not the best rear I/O, but it's usable. We've got enough USB ports and Wi-Fi and stuff. Under that, the graphics card has some ports, next to which there looks to be impact damage, which kind of makes it look like the system was dropped on its booty at some point. Maybe that's why Randy had to get involved. The power supply does look interesting. Is that like a bracket that is holding an SFF power supply into place? We're gonna have to investigate that a bit later. And then finally, according to this sticker, the system was manufactured, and by that I'm assuming they mean assembled, halfway through last year. So it's a pretty young system. Anyway, let's open it up and have a look inside.
Try to go live, man.
Oh, there is a lot of plastic stuffed in the front there. Really stuck. Oh, that felt destructive. Now the first thing I notice about the inside is that the graphics card's power isn't plugged in, but that's probably because they couldn't get it in with the foam, I'm guessing. But wait a minute, that's an RTX 3060 Ti. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay for one of those. Or did I? Let me go check the listing quickly. It turns out I didn't. I paid $580 for a system that was meant to have a GTX 1050 Ti in it, and I got an RTX 3060 Ti instead. I guess we're gonna have to find out what CPU we got a bit later, but it seems like Randy made a bit of a whoopsie. Now, I did message Randy telling them about the mix-up, but Randy hasn't responded to me yet, so we're gonna have to wait till the end of the video to see if Randy eventually gets back to me. Now, aside from our lottery win of a graphics card, we also have some dual channel RAM in here. Very nice. And next to that, we've even got a CPU cooler that you wouldn't be embarrassed to whip out at a public shower. Although it is curved a bit funny. There's also a 1TB SSD in there. All in all, aside from a bit of skewness, it's a decent looking system. But it's hard to complain about something so much better endowed than you paid for. But anyway, I am very curious what all of this is. I'm assuming that the, GPU power is part of it, but let's have a look. Oh, it's just like the standard PC accessory crap. Cool. Now, before I plug the graphics card back in, I do want to see what power supply we got with this bad boy. Oh, the rear cable management does look pretty nice. We've got some stuff routed in places, very good. And considering that this is an NZXT H510, we've also got nice features and stuff on the back. Now, the power supply is in fact a small form factor power supply. You can see it's all little and cute in there. And it is an S650, which from the sticker on the top is a 80 plus gold rated power supply. Now, I think it's a bit weird that there's a small form factor power supply in this not a small form factor PC, but I'm not going to discriminate because of its size. I'm sure it'll get the job done. So let's turn it on and see what the Windows situation is like. Your account has been disabled. Please see your system administrator. Okay, bit of a weird start, but restarting the system got me access to Windows. Oh, I was then greeted with a system preparation tool prompt, which I easily handled with my massive expertise. And I just got it to go away.
Oh, excuse me.
We are in, and it just seems like it's a blank Windows install, which is nice.
Bro,
in terms
am I, like,
of
blocked
VD,
from
there's
fucking streaming on
it's just
Facebook,
Windows.
bro? Like, what happened?
So that's good. That's nice. We don't even have a funky background. Hey, CPU-wise, we got an 11400F, which is a massive upgrade over the pathetic 9100F we paid for. Yeah, Randy did kind of screw this up, didn't he? Oh no, Randy, our RAM hasn't been set to its native 3200 MHz speed. And considering that the 11400F I don't think is the greatest pairing with the 3060 Ti at 1080p, and that paired with slow RAM speeds means we may be seeing some bottlenecking action while gaming. On that note, let's try and do some gaming on our incorrect little system. We have everything cranked at 1080p on GTA 5, and we're getting solidly over 120 frames per second. Which you'd kind of expect. Although, if you look at the, if you look at the GPU utilization, there's not a whole lot going on. Oh! That was quite the car accident. So later in the video, I will set the RAM at its rated speed and see how much that helps the performance. And I think it should make a reasonable difference considering the GPU. But other than that, other than like the actual utilization, it's running pretty well. Like the frame rate's stable. The temperatures are very good with that ventilated front panel, and obviously the fact that it's 60 degrees Celsius in here helps. But yeah, it's running well. I've spent enough time playing Battlefield 5 for the system to get nice and toasty, and at 1080p high settings, the GPU is giving us pretty high utilization, so I don't think the CPU is holding us back too much, but again, we'll test the RAM configuration and so on later on. The temperatures are very good. The system is a little noisy, but because we've got so much temperature headroom, we could play around with the fan speeds and stuff to quiet it down a little bit. Generally, the performance is insane. I mean, it has a 3060 Ti in it, so of course it's gonna slay here. Ha ha ha! Many people. Cyberpunk is cooking with gas, 1080p high, and we're almost getting 100 frames per second without DLSS or other things of that nature. Yeah, I mean, it just runs well. Like, I don't really know what else of interest to say here. So with that, let's set the RAM to its rated frequency and see how much more performance we get. Now, in terms of multiplayer, the frame rate seems maybe a little bit better, but it could be map related. Either way, with the RAM change, we are still seeing situations where the GPU isn't fully being utilized. But either way, temperature wise, we haven't gained any real significant temperature, despite the fact that we seem to be getting more performance out of the system. So that's good. But anyway, with that, let's have a look at the benchmarks and see what they say.
that made a bit of a difference, but not nearly as big a difference as going from the 1050 Ti we were meant to get to an RTX 3060 Ti. And just to be sure about that, I dropped the 1050 Ti into this system, and with Cyberpunk running at the same settings as before, I think it may be running a bit worse. And this was with a much less geriatric CPU than we were meant to get. Actually, on the note of Randy, it's been a couple of days since I messaged them about their little whoopsie, and I still haven't heard back from Randy. I'll update you with a comment down below if I hear anything back. And with that, I guess my takeaway from today's video is if you buy enough crap on the internet, eventually you'll luck out and buy something actually better than you were expecting. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing or watching another one. A suggestion will pop up in a second. And until the next video, bye-bye.
Great video, mate.
I'm just gonna knock.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're talking the Defacers Part 2. Now I've come across some interesting information pertaining potentially to our hidden history in the Gothic Cathedral, so let's get into it. Now I want to introduce the simple concept, and that is that a lot of these Gothic cathedrals, they actually were transformed into these Gothic cathedrals at some point, because they actually started out as a different type of cathedral, at least according to the official history. So in the case of Exeter, I believe they tell us that before this cathedral got its Gothic facelift, it was a Romanesque style cathedral. So just the basic premise is that a lot of these cathedrals, the Gothic ones, they actually started out as a different type of cathedral.
Oh, did
and an example of that, sort of a proof of concept, would be the Cathedral Church of St. Albans. Now, according to the history, I believe this also at one point was a Romanesque styled abbey, I believe. And then in the 1880s, we are told, is when it was transformed into its present Gothic style. Now, I don't know if I trust the dates we're given, but just basically this concept, okay? Fair enough. And I'm sure a lot of you already knew this, but just to sort of lead up to my point. So we're looking at a lot of cathedrals that got these facelifts at some point in the past. Well, I want to focus on this one cathedral, Bourges Cathedral in France, because there has been a study done pinpointing some of the building materials used in the construction of this Gothic cathedral, and it's very interesting. But we're told that this cathedral was a Romanesque cathedral at one point too, and then I guess it would have been in the 1200s where it got its Gothic facelift. But getting to this study, there was a study done talking about the use of natural cement involved in this particular cathedral, as well as some other Gothic cathedrals. So what is this natural cement? Well, this natural cement, it was actually, we're told, invented at the end of the 1700s. I think it was patented in 1796, but it was largely in use in Europe in the 1800s. This natural cement, it was also called Roman cement, not to be confused with the original Roman concrete that was lost, but we're going to just refer to it as natural cement. So in this study, they're saying, surprisingly, this natural cement was used to restore historic buildings such as the Gothic cathedrals. So they're starting to find that a lot of these, or some of these Gothic cathedrals, they were using this natural cement as part of the construction. So now they're telling us that the reason why we're finding this natural cement with these cathedrals is because it was a more recent historical restoration. Because keep in mind, this natural cement was introduced in the 1800s, according to our history. Okay, fair enough. Where am I going with all this? Well, I'm going to get to that. But just to let you know, a bunch of samples were taken from this cathedral and they tested it. They did determine that we're dealing with this natural cement, which we're told comes from the 1800s. And there's even some studies that talk about how you can identify a natural cement. And this is a study done from 2013. And this is where things get interesting, because these natural cements, and I'm going to get to this in the video, but the ability to create them or recreate them was lost, actually, only to be rediscovered in the 2000s. And we're going to get to that. But with reference to this study here, I just want to read this. Relatively unknown, these natural cements, These binders, they're often confused with other cements, Portland cement or hydraulic lime. And in France, these natural cement mortars were also incorrectly identified as gypsum lime mortars. So these natural cements that we're told are from the 1800s, they have a lot of times they're misidentified, and it's because of a lack of knowledge. All right, fair enough. What's the big deal? Well, if we go back in time, 1992, there's been other studies done, and this one from 1992 is a thermal analysis of some of these medieval mortars. And we're just going to read the last sentence of this paragraph. This present study, it shows that some of these gypsum mortars were used in France at a few cathedrals, Chartres and Bourges, in the early 1200s. So they're saying this mortar, these gypsum mortars, were indeed used in the original construction of these Gothic cathedrals, Chartres and Bourges. Now, fast forward from this point back to 2013, they're saying, oh yeah, those gypsum mortars, they're actually natural, it's actually natural cement. So they're misidentified. But over here, they're saying the gypsum mortars, they're part of the original construction that they're telling us is the 1200s. Now, in more recent times, they're saying it's actually natural cement. It was misidentified, and it's not part of the original construction. It's actually, it was a part of a historical restoration done in the 1800s. So the narrative has changed, and I'm speculating, but I think that this natural cement, it's older than they're telling us. And I think it might have been involved in the initial or original construction of this Gothic phase of this cathedral. Now, why would I even think that? Well, a few reasons, but one of them, and I'm going to read from the study again, research into these natural cements as materials used in some of these monumental restorations. It's a new subject because the use of these natural cements has been recently rediscovered, as I mentioned earlier, and I've talked about this in other videos. These natural cements in North America and in Europe, the ability to recreate these was lost. So there was 2 separate studies carried out by the European Union in the 2000s in an attempt to be able to recreate this natural cement, because a lot of these structures that we're told date from the 1800s, they're using this natural cement. They need to recreate this cement, and they, even though we're told all this stuff comes from the 1800s, even up to World War I, they lost the technology and it had to be recreated. So during the course of both of these studies, they were able to locate all these red dots indicate other places where this natural cement would have been being produced in the 1800s, and a lot of it was produced in these kilns. So even though it was being produced in many different countries all throughout Europe, the technology was lost. And I guess the speculation here is that it was lost because it actually is older than they're telling us, but they're just jamming the entire history of this natural cement into the 1800s. And again, just remember, this Portland cement was largely introduced in the 1800s all throughout the world as well. But this natural cement, it has a lot of applications, including exterior renders and stuccos, as well as a lot of these cast ornaments and architectural sculptures. And you find it on a lot of these Grunderzeit buildings and houses. So the use of this natural cement is extensive throughout Europe. And even though it was widely used, they lost the technology, and the same thing applies to North America. This natural cement was rediscovered in, I believe, 2004, even though it was largely used in North America in the 1800s for infrastructure like canals, bridges, these coastal fortifications, a lot of structures that we question the histories of, like Milwaukee City Hall. They're all using this natural cement, and historical restoration experts in the US, they went through a period of time where they didn't even know this natural cement existed as far as in relation to these structures. Just wild. And a lot of the public statistics for this natural cement in North America for the 1800s, those public statistics weren't even kept So I think something else is going on. I think this natural cement belongs to an older period of time, and they're just thrusting it into the 1800s and
Thrusting
blending
it.
it in to our current timeline. But even the term Romanesque architecture, just getting back to this Bourges cathedral, we're told it used to be a Romanesque styled cathedral. Just that term alone, I just want to point out, that term was coined in the 1800s. Romanesque, and I find that interesting because we're starting to question just the history of Rome too. So just really interesting. And again, they're telling us that the natural cement that was used in these other cathedrals is part of a more recent historical restoration, but I guess I'm questioning that because when you do historic restorations, you're supposed to use the same material that you used originally, or you can run into issues. So I'm just questioning the whole thing. So yeah, very interesting. You know, we also find with this natural cement, it was used to create a lot of these interesting looking faces. And I've touched upon in part one how you find a lot of these sort of grotesque faces as well in abundance. I think there's over 3,000 of these in Bordeaux, France, referred to as mascarons. But a lot of interesting things going on with the Gothic cathedrals as well, including you get the appearance of the Green Man in a lot of these churches and cathedrals. And unfortunately, the medieval architects left us no records of who these green men were or what they might represent, nor do we find any clues in church records. So I think the histories that we have for the Gothic cathedrals is largely false, but that is just my view. And you even have the zigzag pattern associated with some of these Gothic cathedrals, and this is Durham Cathedral, and there's another cathedral, St. Stephen's in Vienna, Austria, and it's got one of these zigzag roofs. But just interesting stuff, and I just wanted to introduce these findings of this natural cement with these Gothic cathedrals now, and how the narrative has changed. And I think that this natural cement is older than we're being told, and I think it might have been associated with the original construction of some of these Gothic facades. That's speculative, but that's where I'm at, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. So I think that's all I got for you for today, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you for all your support. Really appreciate it. And with that being said, until next time, take care. Bye.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Mysteries with a History, where you'll be taken on a wild ride into
Mysteries
the
with the
unknown, the
history.
strange, and the mysterious.
Hey.
Like you, I have questions, and like you, I want answers. And with each episode, together, we will peel away the layers to look for the truth. Unexpected artifacts and anomalous relics have been discovered across the globe, from beneath the oceans and beneath the earth, over the decades that continue to challenge the established paradigm of academia and the history books. In this episode, we will be looking at some of these artifacts and relics that hint of a time in the distant antediluvian past where there were technologies that should not have existed. This is going to be a great topic today. So let me bring in my friend and co-host, Jimmy Church of Fade to Black Radio. Jimmy, welcome. Happy Thursday. How's it going?
Happy Thursday. I'm just relaxing. I don't have stuff to do. So what's cracking, Christina?
What's crack-a-lackin' except for the Kraken?
What a great episode today. I am excited.
Funny enough, I actually didn't pick today's episode topic.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I didn't say that. I say it every week. I didn't say it this week. So you could say that.
So, Jimmy, why did you pick this topic today?
We ran out of stuff.
That is not true.
No, not it's not true at all. This is an endless gift that keeps on giving, this show and picking topics and things with a history, you know. And so, but today I picked it because we've never covered it. And to me, going back, I was going to grab some things, and I was out of here. But when you have stuff like this little ninja warrior, right? See him?
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so and you're out doing an archaeological dig, and you're in Mesopotamia, and you're at a ground layer of that is now 7,000 years old, 5,000 BC, and you're digging through, and you dig this up. You're like, whoa, 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 and it's now. I'm not saying this is 7,000 years old, but stuff like this, Christina, has been found. And certainly I'm not suggesting, a plastic Japanese, but things so significant and mind-bending that are on this planet that have been found, it just boggles the mind, and it doesn't explain things. And when you dig deeper into each one of these, and we're going to go through a pretty cool list today of stuff, and you look at this and you think about the time and the mind and how this stuff was pulled off, it's just crazy. And some of it, that we're going to cover today, I mean, it goes back millions and millions of years, and it just doesn't make any sense. So we're going to go through all of that today. Well, the list of out of place artifacts and unexplained artifacts is thousands and thousands, if not millions of items long. We're not, but we've got some really, really cool things today that we're going to go through. So with that, thank you for letting me pick the subject this week. I was very excited about it. And just to let everybody know, when Christina and I know I'm rambling, but we were so excited about this. And so I said, take out your pen. And boom, 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 and I rattled off, 5, 6, 7, 8 things just off the top of my head. And then, Christina went and jumped down the rabbit hole and dug up some stuff too as well. And what we ended up with is a pretty cool collection. Some of it I hope that nobody has ever heard about before. And if you have heard of some of these items, then you get to get reintroduced and reminded of what they are and their significance. So take it away, Christina. Where do you want to start?
There were a lot of things that you mentioned that I was like, I haven't heard of that one. Haven't heard of that one. And then doing the research, I'm like, I think people are really going to enjoy today's topic, because we're going to be covering, once again, some that you've heard of and some that you probably haven't. And the times in which certain relics were created will blow your mind. So let's go ahead and start off with the Urfa Man.
Yeah, got to. Good. My favorite. And no, they're all my favorite, but Urfa Man. Now, okay, Christina, you've got images of everything?
I do. I'm about to pull it up.
Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
No, go ahead and get started on it.
Urfa Man it was when I first started to research Urfa Man, and I found out the significance of what Urfa Man represented. This is one of the most mind-blowingly beautiful, ginormous, by the way, it's big, statues that has ever been created. But it's 11,000 years old. And it's human shaped. Obviously, it's a statue. It was found in excavations near Urfa in Upper Mesopotamia, in southeast part of modern Turkey. Not that far, by the way, from Göbekli Tepe. That's where Urfa is, down near the Syrian border. It dates to 9,000 BC. Now, but here's the thing, it's 11,000 years old. Just stay right there for a second. Obviously, 11,000 years ago, take a look, they were fashion forward, right? Look at the clothing Look at the neckline that is represented there. Absolutely incredible. Now, there's a couple of things. If you have children in the room, you can have them cover their ears.
But this is going to remain
Oh,
PG
shit.
for sure.
Yeah, oh, it's totally PG. I am a PG person. Okay. Christina's like church beef. Yeah, but let's look at the hands. 6-fingered each, and a very interesting. It can be interpreted many different ways, for sure. It's a mistake that doesn't make any sense, because if you are carving this, it takes a lot of time. First off, second, you're not making mistakes. It takes a while to cut those fingers and put everything in place. So why a 6-fingered hand? Both hands. It doesn't make any sense, and it raises more questions than it answers. And then the other part, now, according to archaeologists and historians that have studied Urfa Man and looked at it, apparently he has 2 PPs. Okay, so that's what he is holding in each of his 6-fingered hands. Now, that is a professional's opinion of what this is. I'm assuming they are correct. But how do you make those kind of mistakes? Or were they mistakes, right? That's the other thing. Was there somebody modeling, standing for this that had 6 fingers on each hand and 2 PPs? I don't know. It's a very strange anomaly, right? It doesn't make any sense when everything else, the eyes, the mouth, the nose, the ears, everything is in proportion. Of course, the garments and stuff are all accurate, except for the hands and the male extremities. It doesn't make any sense.
And with this sculpture, while you do have the top half, it doesn't have legs. It doesn't seem like it ever had legs when the original sculpture was created about 11,000 years ago. And what's really interesting about this is that, and what you had mentioned, Jimmy, was that this was found pretty close to Göbekli Tepe, but it also has very similar characteristics to sculptures that you would have found in Göbekli Tepe as well. Looking at the hands, well, in this case we are seeing 6 fingers instead of 5. It's very similar architecture. What's also unique about this sculpture in particular is that the eyes are made out of obsidian, which we don't see too often during this time period, 11,000 years ago. And to me, it looks kind of haunting. Like, it looks like it's staring super deep into your soul, but if you look into theirs, it's a black hole. There's nothing there.
Yeah, for sure. And I love what you're saying here. And then if you're going to cap it all off, this Urfa Man is the oldest statue of a human in existence right now that has been discovered. Now, there are lots of depictions of gods and goddesses and amulets and pendants and things that have been possibly worshipped. That have been dug up for the last, that go back 25, 30, 40,000 years for sure. But those were always anatomically way distorted and things were exaggerated. This is a statue of a human. And as it stands right now, Urfa Man is the oldest statue of a human on Earth. And it is just an incredible artifact. And now, is it out of place? It is. It is, because this didn't start to repeat around the world for another 3, 4, 5,000 years, Christina. That's what makes this the Urfa Man so extraordinary.
And imagine if they did give it legs. That'd be a whole different ballgame right there. Because right now, it's just 6 feet tall, as is. It is the largest depicted human statue that we've found so far. But how can it fully be classified as human when, like you mentioned, it has two unique extremities? It doesn't really have a mouth. It has very scary looking eyes. It doesn't seem like it has any hair. It does have some ears. And even the clothing is worth mentioning as well. While we are seeing this V neckline,
Yep.
that's kind of the only det- detail of clothing that we are seeing at this moment. So it makes me question what gave these archaeologists the conclusion that it is human with actually the lack of features that it has.
Yeah. That's such a great point, and I think all of us realize that. I've got a photograph. I don't have it here. I should have dug it up. I have a picture of Robert Schock with Urfa Man, right, standing next to him. And Robert sent it to me many years ago. It's just such an impressive photograph. And Robert's a tall guy, right? He's tall. He's taller than me. And he is the same height as Urfa Man without legs. So when you look at that, it makes you question: was this supposed to be life size, accurate? And if it is, then how tall was Urfa Man with legs? Yeah, absolutely. And the other part, and I'm just going to say this directly: haunting. It's haunting.
It is.
It's almost melancholy.
I mean, there's no mouth, there's no expression, but but then you have the eyes of obsidian, which is again just a very unique, creative choice.
Stoic, melancholy, haunting, for sure. I mean, there's no question about it. Totally beautiful. I'm always drawn to the neckline and the V-neck, and you go back and you think it's crazy. 11,000 years. That's a long. I mean, that's a really long time ago. I have been around megalithic structures that are 3, 4, 5, 6,000 years old, and you can feel the power of the age. Here we're stretching the oldest stuff that I've seen that it's mind blowing, and this is pushing back another 5,000 years. It's nuts to think about that, and the fashion sense that V-neck is intentional. Okay, that's not a leopard animal skin draped over somebody's. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's a definite fashion sense. 11,000 years old. It's just incredible. I love Urfa Man.
Michael, thank you so much for the super chat and supporting the channel. It says, Christina and Jimmy, hi. You are on at a great time for me, but I am now a taxi driver for my daughter, so we will have to watch it later. Enjoy all. Rip Bert.
Yeah, rest in peace, Burt Bacharach. Yeah, he passed away. He's 94 years old. Wrote 8 million hit songs. So yeah, he lived a great life. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Oh, I know that song.
Everybody knows that song. Butch Cassidy.
Well, thank you.
But yeah, Urfa Man. What a great way to start off the show. Okay, yeah. Can I pick the next one?
Go for it.
Man, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to go out of. Let's go with. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm gonna exit the studio. I have a bag of goodies. I'm gonna go break out the bag of goodies because in that bag of goodies is what we're gonna talk about next.
Okay, so
Oh, really? Yes, really. So let's go. Let's go with the Quimbaya artifacts, and you get started. I'll be right back.
Okay, so for those that don't know about these Quimbaya artifacts, let me pull up an image here.
Man, I don't know.
These are
Facebook
super cool. They were found in Colombia.
Facebook is doing me dirt right now.
Oh, why isn't it loading? Okay, there it is. So let me pull this up for those watching this on YouTube to get a visual. For those listening to this on a podcast platform, jump over to YouTube so you can see all the images that we'll be sharing today. So here is one of these Kumbaya artifacts. They're believed to be dated between 300 and 1000 AD, give or take. And these artifacts are very small, 2 to 3 inches or about 5 to 7.5 centimeters in length. There's over 100 of them. There
These
are a
kumbaya
few in the Columbian Museum of Gold, which is very cool. And it seems like there could potentially be a lot more. However, there probably exist in private collections throughout the world. And we're going to get into that on how these ones were found and how these were actually given to the Colombian authorities, because that's a pretty interesting story. But Jimmy, what's in your bag of goodies? I hope it's like, candy and
Hey,
some
I'm Bob.
ramen packets.
Hey,
Oh,
what's going
Artifacts.
on, Facebook?
let's see them.
Yeah. So
My guy is a pervert.
So in here, let me go through these. Aha. Okay. So the backstory to this is an interesting one.
It is.
They were discovered in 1891, and this was, by any sense of measure, a treasure find. This was treasure. Most of it was gold. And so you had a lot of gold figures, seated, standing, just an incredible amount of gold work and stuff that were there. It was found next to a river in the middle Cauca River Valley when you look at Colombia, it's kind of a little west, a little south of the Gulf of Mexico. There's a river that runs down, and that's where the
only thing
Kumbaya
Canadians
people
can push is your
resided.
social rhetoric.
And you're right about that.
Unwanted listeners.
The dating, they lived there from 500 BC to 600 AD, and the artifacts again have been dated because of the soil and the organic nature of things around there, and the gold itself,
I'm such a troll, bro.
to around 300 BC. And
I'm such
what
a
you're
fucking
looking
troll.
at there,
Shit.
I have something similar to it in my hand. They're also known as the Tolima Jets. And that was obviously made very, very popular because of the TV show Ancient Aliens. And now go ahead and pull me up. Here is one full size. Let me take this off. Okay, here's one full size.
I mean, those things are tiny.
Okay. Isn't that cool? This is gold, by the way. And this is what there was about 10 of these that were found in the treasure trove. And what ended up happening is they were looted. Okay, they were stolen, and the archaeological site was found, and there is a little bit of when you go and you read the history of this, was there an archaeological dig going on there, or did the dig happen after? Did looters find the gold, the hoard, and steal everything, and then later, because of that, then the archaeologists went into the region and started to do their stuff. But one thing is for sure, the looters, the thieves, the criminals, sold the stuff back to a couple of different governments, Colombia and also Spain. Most of these artifacts from that original stealing, looting, and reselling back to the governments, and they were holding these amazing items hostage. So now these, some of these are on display at the National Museum in Spain, and some are in Colombia. This one here, okay, pull it back up. What Ancient Aliens did with this guy is they made a full-scale radio-controlled plane version of it, scale model, and put an engine on it and flew it. There.
I'm just.
Oh, what the fuck did I hit? Oh, da, 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 da. Why are my status showing after Freddy got fingered? Drunk. Ah. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, what the fuck did I do? Oh. Hey, I'm back. I'm back at it like a crack addict. God damn it. Oh. Well. Let's get with it. Why am I touching the mouse and not the keyboard? Why am I touching the keyboard and not the mouse? You know what? Honestly, I want to hook up everything, bro. I don't give a fuck. I paid for it. It's mine. I'll hook it up if I fucking want to. Oh shit. This bitch probably about to die on me. I'm gonna get with it. Hold up, get with it. Oh, shit. I forgot I had this. Fuck. De sol a sol yo te tengo presente. De sol a sol yo te tengo presente. Hey, Papa. How are you, little buddy? You miss your daddy? Yeah. You love your daddy? Yeah. Stinky pinky winky dinky? Yeah. He's my good old kitty cat, he is. He's my good old kitty cat. You love your papa? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, stretch them little legs, daddy. Stretch them little legs. Stretch your little legs, daddy. Ah, stretch them, stretch them, stretch them, stretch them. You need some stretching in your life. All right. All right, little man. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know I'm about to connect everything. You know I don't play games, little buddy. I know you're happy. I can see it in your face. I can see it in your face that you're happy. You're happy I'm sober, huh? Oh, be careful, be careful. Oh, no, my wires. My wires. Stinky, my wires, man. Where's the fucking remote controller for the big TV? I quite reckon I don't know where it is. Oh, shit. How the hell did my remote controller end up going all the way across the motherfucking living room? Damn. Well, motherfucker. Watch myself in 2K. Fuck that. Uh-huh. Oh, there we go. Oh, we are righteous. Oh shit. Damn. My shit keeps switching on me, man. There we go. There we go. Now we're fucking. Now we're fucking. Now we're super gender fluid. All right. I'm back. I came back just in time. I came back just in time. Oh, that sure do look good though. I wish y'all could see the way I see it. My shit be looking finesse, baby. I don't know why the motherfucking Bluetooth don't work in this bitch though. You see? There we go. Wow, man. Why this shit won't connect, bro? For the life of me, this motherfucker will not connect. Will not fucking connect for shit. Not even to save his motherfucking life, it won't connect, bro. I don't understand. I'm gonna get right up to it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get right up to it. There shouldn't be no fucking reason why this motherfucker don't connect. It just will not read it. Ugh. Yes, pair that bitch. Yes, finally. Bro, what is the point of having a Bluetooth fucking if you can't even fucking use it, bro? Like what the fuck, man? You know? Shit fucking irks me, bro. Oh my god. I gotta get rid of this mouse. Oh my god, bro. This shit just keeps disconnecting. Stop. Disconnected again. Never fails. Never fucking fails. Bro, I don't care. You know what? I'm not even using the fucking keyboard. You know what? I'm not even using it. That shit is getting on my fucking nerves though, bro. Turning that fucking Bluetooth off. Fuck you, stupid fuck. Excuse me. Piece of shit. Won't fucking work, man. All right. Forgot how to play this shit. I forgot how to play this shit. Ah, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Oh, we about to put in that work, baby. We's about to put in that work, baby. Let me find out. Let me find. Fucking lucky bitch. Lucky little bitch. Fucking lucky. Motherfucker. Camping bitch. Ah, you lucky bitch. Bitch. Haha. Bitch. I'm coming for that ass, bro. Fuck that. Upstairs, upstairs, bro, upstairs. What did I do? Bitch. I don't care, I don't care. Bitch! Oh, that was my teammate. Oh, okay, okay. In the water, in the water, in the water. Damn, that fucking thing got me. Bro, they beat us? Get the fuck out of here, bro. No fucking way they beat us. Well, I mean, I died 12 times. Well, they cheated. Oh, it's a free-for-all? Okay. I muted everybody. That's why I don't hear nothing. I shouldn't have used a weapon. As soon as I turned it on, bro. Oh, I knew you were in there, bro. I knew it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Woo! Damn it! rocket launcher. He got my ass. Ooh, he got me. He got me. Bro, how are you not dead? Bro. Oh shit. Hey, mama. I'll pick up your fucking gun and slay you with it, you piece of shit. Ah, you camping bitch! You're still in the same spot, bro? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh, fuck. Defeat from my feet. Oh. Just buy a bunch of stuff, Kristen, you know. Ah, he was just kitchen. Alright. Ow, how did he kill me with the battle rage on, bro? Where are you? How the fuck did he know I was there? He got me again! Good shit. Oh, I couldn't even see his ass. Oh shit! Two of them, bro. I didn't know what to do. That was fun. It's time for me to be a good old citizen. Oh, I gotta charge this now too, huh? Oh, well, that was fun. cool. I like this map. All right. I like this map, bro. Switch up the shit. I got some good shit. Ha ha ha. Good shot. Run away just to get into somebody else's shit. Ah. Hey, maybe I shouldn't use that gun anymore. Bro, how am I not getting him? I haven't played in a while either, so. He chased me down. What's going on? Bye, man. Fuck you, piece of shit. I know I fucking... Bro, I'm at the bottom, bro. I'm getting murdered. Adam. Damn, I only got 5 kills. Damn, I'm getting washed, bro. At the very bottom. Damn, son. Got bodied. Oh no, me? Why me? Piss me off this fucking game. Piss me off. Ah.